Hello, I'm Dave Speakman. Welcome back to my beginner guitar course. Today we're going to learn an E blues scale, and we're going to relate this to the E minor pentatonic scale that we learnt a few weeks ago. We're also going to learn a little bit of music theory about the notes in this scale and how this scale is actually put together. So a few weeks ago we learnt an E minor pentatonic scale. And if you're not sure on that, you can go back to a previous video here and have a look at that. So the notes in this E minor pentatonic scale, essentially we've got the notes E, G, A, B, and D. And then those notes are just repeated. The intervals of this scale are really what's going to help us to learn this, especially then if we want to put this into different keys, moving it up the fingerboard, and actually understand how we can apply this scale to lots of different chords and different ways of playing it. So what we have the root, which is the note E. Then we have the minor third, G. So if we think about this, it goes E, F, G. And a minor third is the distance of 3 semitones, so 3 frets on your guitar. So we have the root, the minor third, then A is the fourth, E, E, F, G, A, 4 notes away. Then B will be the fifth, D is the minor seventh, again E, F, G, A, B, C, D. It's the seventh note. Now it's the minor seventh because it wouldn't be the seventh note in a major scale. We'll understand that more thoroughly later on in the course. Just bear with me with this for now and just take this information on and memorise it. So we've got root, minor third, perfect fourth, perfect fifth, minor seventh, root again, minor third, perfect fourth, perfect fifth, minor seventh, root, and then sometimes obviously we can put the minor third up there as well. Okay, let's just play that once more. So root, minor third, perfect fourth, perfect fifth, and minor seventh, perfect octave, root, minor third, perfect fourth, perfect fifth, minor seventh, root, minor third. It's a really good idea for you to memorise the intervals of this scale. It's going to help you with your improvising. It's going to help you with your oral skills, your AURAL skills, oral skills, to, in other words, how good your hearing is. Now, as musicians, as improvisers, as producers, essentially, the better our ears are, the better we are. You can have all the skills on guitar in the world, but if somebody changes something in the band and you don't hear that they've done something different, you're not really adapting to the music properly, and that's going to impede on your playing. And also, if you get these skills together, you might have a little melody in your mind, and you might very quickly then be able to understand what that is on your guitar, or be able to just write it down on manuscript paper to give to somebody else to play. In order to change this into a blues scale, we add one more note in. It's actually the sharp and fourth or the flat and fifth, depending on which way you want to look at it. I'm going to call it the sharp and fourth for now. And it's the note in between the fourth and the fifth. And we quite often call this the blue note. And in E, it's going to be the note A sharp or B flat. So to play the blues scale then, we're going to go root, minor third, perfect fourth, sharp fourth, perfect fifth, minor seventh, root. So I'd advise you to just get it together in the first octave to start with and try and memorise what those notes are. Yeah? And then it's seeing that we've got these roots in these places. The root is the note E, the note that the chord's named after, or in this case, the note that the scale's named after. So the second octave is going root, minor third, perfect fourth, sharp fourth, fifth, minor seventh, root, minor third. And then of course we could actually go to a fourth here, sharp fourth, fifth, yeah. Yeah. You hear lots of people when they're playing blues things, they'll actually put these notes in the next position as well. So we've got another note here. So you hear a lot of things where we're going like, and that's going to this B here as well. Yeah. So if I play the B and the E at the same time, I get this sound. And I'm just sliding up to that note to get that really bluesy sound. Yeah. So there's loads of cool sounds that come with this. And that's just coming straight down the scale. So then I started on the fifth and I hammered on and pulled off from the first. So I hammered on and pulled off from string 5 to the sharp fourth and then down to there. It's quite a common lick. Now, whilst I'd advise you to not spend all your time learning licks because it kind of pockets you into a certain way of playing that's not necessarily, it isn't really improvising. But learning a few key phrases like this and I suppose a few blues licks, it will help you to open the door into some sounds that you can play. So I'll show you a few more things that we can do. This is quite a common lick. Okay, so I'm sliding up from the third to the fifth, and then I'm playing the D, the seventh there, sliding back down, and then coming back through the minor third to the roots. It's going, this is just coming down the scale. So if you just learn it like this, that's a lick. But if you think about it as being a phrase, we can adapt it in lots of different ways, playing it in different ways, which means that it'll be more fitting for more musical situations that you'll come into. Another common thing to do is to hammer on or slide to the diminished fifth, to the sharp fourth, sorry. Yeah? And then again down to the scale, down the scale. Or, yeah? Do that a bit quicker. We could bend it. So to bend, we're just gonna push the string up. That tightens the string, it changes the pitch of the string. So, and again we could adapt it slightly, you know. So then I put that other lick from before in at the end, and you're starting to build up some phrases that you can use, you know. Yeah. You often find when we're improvising that using the roots almost as punctuation works, especially when you're a beginner in improvising, that you can come back to these roots, these notes, E. And it's one of the reasons that it's really important to learn the intervallic structure of a scale, and that we can use those as punctuation. So we can, you know, again, I'll play some stuff so I can be. Yeah, using that root really helps. You can even BB King it up to the top, so up to the 12th fret. So you can use that as a sort of punctuation, you know. Yeah. You could start to double stop some of these notes. And again, you know, just putting in some of these cheesy licks, I'm intentionally kind of coming back to the things that we've discussed earlier in the video so that you can see how these things can be put together to form actually a proper cohesive kind of solo idea. You have to think in phrases, that's the thing. To get better at improvising, you have to think in phrases. Once you've got this idea of putting the roots at the end of things, maybe you could have an idea where you do like a question and answer thing. So we start with an idea that starts on we start with an idea that finishes on something other than the root. Okay? And this is just a simple way of doing it. I'm not saying that every time that you take a solo, this is what you should do. This is a way in. Okay? So maybe we start here and we're going to finish the question phrase on a note other than the root. So, and now I'm going to finish on the root. Yeah. Yeah? So, question. Answer. Sorry, I'm probably overcomplicating things a little bit now. I'll play something a little bit simpler again. So let's just do something just on these top two strings. This is something that, you know, again, you can probably latch into these ideas. So I'm just going to use these top two strings. So I've got the 5th, the minor 7th, the root, and the minor 3rd. So I'm going to finish the first phrase on a non-root. So basically on anything other than E. So. And then the second phrase there finished on the root. Yeah, make it a bit Yeah, there's just some simple question and answering things. So you can start to add little pull-offs in. So when we use a pull-off, we're just flicking the string off, and that changes the sound of the note again. It's not necessarily to play it faster, it's just to change the phrasing. So when you do the pull-off, it kind of goes like do-wah, 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 you know. Rather than being like do. Yeah, it's going. Yeah. So let's just come back to this scale once more time. So we're going root, and down again. Yeah, wonderful stuff. Please do subscribe to my channel. Give my videos a like, that really helped me out. There's loads more content on the beginner guitar course, so do go back to previous videos if there's anything you're unsure of and have a look. Please do leave me a comment in the comments below. If you've got any questions about anything, or there's anything that you want me to do a video about, or there's anything that I've said in this that didn't make any sense to you, please do tell me and I'll do another video to try and get to the bottom of that problem for you. Thank you very much for watching.